Alrighty, let's hope this works. Says we're on air. Okay, and there should be some hearing and whatnot. Man, I am so upset by the fact that I did a whole hour-long stream about my dinosaurs and how to make your um, exhibit really cool, but unfortunately, it didn't work out that well. It only caught about 10 minutes, and I don't know why. It worked perfectly fine. Um, Worked perfectly fine a while ago for, um, oh my goodness, for uh, Tribes of Midgard. Wow, I'm like completely zoning out. Not my most ideal moment, I will tell you that. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so looks like that looks good. Hmm, strange. I really don't know why yesterday happened the way it did. That makes me so upset. Um, anyway, let's hope this sticks out. Tech support should be on his way fairly soon in order to make sure that we stay kind of put together this time around and it actually streams properly. So let's just hope it's going to work this time. So yesterday, what I was doing is showing everyone how to make more realistic exhibits, and I started off with a nice carnivore. They're pretty easy to house because they usually hang out by themselves. And I chose a piscivore just because they're a little easier to build off of. As you can see, this is Lily. She's an adorable Spinosaurus, massive, and she's about to eat some, fish. Very content little dinosaur. Wow. Do love the graphics of them eating. It's very cute. Hello, tech support. I see you've arrived. Oh, there's a second person. Wonder who you could be. Hello. Um, so yeah, I showed everyone how to make a nice kind of realistic Spinosaurus exhibit. As you can see, it's really lovely, very beautiful, and it started off with just some flat land, mind you. Everything here started off flat, and I actually added some depth to it, so I do like that. However, the stream only did catch about 10 minutes, which kind of sucked. As you can see here, there's some Mosasaurus and an Ichthyosaurus in here. I would like you to see just a little up close of the Mosasaurus, who actually I wanted to rename her as Rose because she's just so beautiful and pretty. The textures of like her scales and skin is amazing, and the audio when it changes when you're underground, just like listen to that. Like, wow. I love the Mosasaurus. It's just a very fun dinosaur. So while I'm at it, I'm actually going to make some more because, so let's see here. Okay. The ichthyosaur, yeah, that's what I made because they pretty much, they don't dislike anybody. They dislike other large ones. Let's add some Plesiosaurus. We'll add them in as well. Okay. Oh, I wanted to change their genetics before doing that, but you know what? It's okay. So instead, I think I am going to um, show everyone how to make a nice large herbivore exhibit. Um, Herbivores are usually going to get you the most revenue starting out, as well as kind of getting the appeal up. Because the thing with carnivores, as cool as they are, they're expensive. Just the one Spinosaurus cost me $2 million just to hatch her. And think about editing the genetics as well so that she is tolerant and is not likely to attack my ranger teams. So as you can see, she's pretty fairly easygoing. But the problem is that they're very, very expensive. So you're going to rely a lot on herbivores. So let's start off with a nice little herbivore exhibit. Thankfully, they're fairly easy to house and don't cause me much grief. So I'm going to build it off of the hatchery because that just seems the most logical conclusion. And we're going to actually make quite a bit of space for these guys. And I have a reasoning for making like so much space. And you'll see why when I start making the herbivores. Um, I'm so upset though that the one stream just failed last night. I spent a whole hour showing everyone like all my tips and tricks, and it was just like, nope, we're not gonna catch any of this graphics for you. I was so upset. It's okay though. We're gonna make everything work out. Now this obviously is not going to be even. Very rarely are any of my exhibits even, which is fine. They don't have to be. I usually try to accommodate with foreknowledge based on where I'm going to be putting, where people can see the exhibits. You have to be aware that different things, such as like the domes over here, which are an underwater, which is an underground sort of thing, I had to, accommodate for that. All right, same with over here. I'm gonna try and kind of do like a little boomerang shape, I think. Boomerangs are pretty cool, and also it's gonna allow kind of a curvature to it and make it a little bit more like a long shape. I don't like to make them too basic. Oh boy, this one's gonna be a bit of a doozy. Because I may have screwed myself up a little bit with this one. Okay, that should be... Oh, already. Again, it's okay to make mistakes. I'm in sandbox mode, so I do have unlimited funds. I'll tell you right now, that is the best thing, to have unlimited funds, especially when you're just trying to get a feeling for the game and understand how all the mechanics work. My always big thing is I like to do chaos theory because it's exactly that. It's just chaotic as all heck. And with it being so chaotic, it kind of allows you to be more creative with how you tackle problems. Okay, so not like perfect, but you know what? I can live with that. I really don't need it to be perfect. I just need it to kind of have some shape and just be able to hold like a decent amount of herbivores. They usually need a lot of companions, so you do need to be aware that they will require a lot more space per se than a carnivore. Carnivores don't really need that much space. They're pretty content by themselves. Okay, so we're now going to add in some pathways. There we go. Again, I am definitely trying to accommodate for the fact there will be viewing facilities, and so you want to be sure, like when you're building paths and whatnot, that you're kind of being aware of that. Okay, so we've got our build. It's not really a boomerang how I wanted it to be, but you know what? It works. It works. It's a unique sort of shape. It's not super out of the way. I am going to edit just this kind of area right here. I don't like that it's a curved end. I want it to be a flat end. Okay, there we go. There we go. I like that a lot better. As you can see over here with the Spinosaurus, her exhibit's pretty unique with its shape because I was fitting it with the shape of the trees over here. This one, though, is in the middle of the park almost, so trying to get it to fit exactly right does not work. You have to kind of be creative with it. So let's see. Good herbivores to put in here. Okay, so last we were doing was piscivores. Let's do herbivores. Okay, there is so many herbivores to choose from. They take up the majority of the space. They are the most in populace. They're quite a lot. They are quite a lot to deal with. I love the Maiasaura and the Parasaurolophus. They are definitely my favorites to look at. Let's see. So there's the paras. Who do they get along with? They get along with sauropods and the Maiasaura. Okay, that's perfect. I definitely am gonna put in. Let's see. I also want to filter them out, I guess, by their size, maybe? Lots of tough choices to go through here. Okay, so we're gonna do a batch of Parasaurolophus. They tend to have the thirsty gene, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't like having them require so much water. And let's increase their social chance and tolerant chance, as well as them being long-lived. So those are all very good, and that's going to help us out there. All right, we'll do a batch of these guys, and then we'll also do a batch of Maiasaura because they do get along with the Maiasaura, which is great. We definitely want them to have friends. And also we'll do a sauropod. Sauropods are obviously long-necked dinosaurs if you weren't aware. Okay, let's add in the long-lived gene. Also increase their sociability and tolerance. And we're going to make sure we get rid of that so they're not weak either. Alright, we'll do a batch of those guys as well. Alright, let's see. Oh, we got some very nice paras in here. So we're going to grab 1, 2, and 3. We'll do 5. Five's a good bet. And then, oh, perfect. These guys turned out very nice. We'll do a whole batch of them as well. So they're going to need, the thing they share in common is groundnut as well as water. So that is going to be perfect. So while those guys are in there sitting, I'm going to once again do this step by step so that everyone can see like how my thinking process goes with this. First thing we definitely want to start off with is putting in water. Water is a bit of a pain in the butt to put in because it does have to be on a single contour line. So you'll notice if I go over here, you see those contour lines. It tells you that this is showing basically the height level of the area. And if I were to try to put water up here, it wouldn't work. So same with this little spot right here. So we're going to start off with that. A good spot for the water to be is probably this general curvature area. And I don't really like to make any particular shape. I just like swiggle it around, and I'm just going to hope I get a good shape from that. So that's pretty good. And now we're just gonna recede some of the water so there's not so much. They don't need a crap ton of water, unlike piscivores that are obviously fish-eating dinosaurs. For them, they do require a lot more water. And let's kind of bring it in here. Just give it a very unique shape. And there we go. We've got the water. Kind of looks like a monster. I don't know, does that look like a mouth right there? With the eyeball? It looks kind of creepy. It's okay though. Now we can mess with the terrain. I'm very particular about how the terrain goes. I usually keep the slope really low so that I can build as I go. You can raise, lower, flatten, and smooth. Smoothing, I figured out, is your best friend. So I like to kind of start over in areas, let's see here, that kind of just, you know. So with this, let's see, let's do a little mountainous spot right here. Like I said, keep the slope like very low, and it's so that you're not building things too fast. And also it's a lot easier to go back on something when it's not at like peak height in comparison. So like right here, a little hill. It's nothing crazy. Ooh. All right, we're gonna mute for a quick second. I have a phone call, but I will continue to build the terrain bit, and just everyone, you know, keep an eye on that. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry that that phone call took me so long. It was kind of important. It was about work things and whatnot, and my weekend. I will be going out of town this weekend and finally graduating 6 years later, but you know what? We've done it, so I'm very excited for that. So, as you can see, what I've been doing, let me explain what I've been doing. It's very tedious, so also not talking during it is ideal. I get tired, but what I've been doing is basically adding life to the terrain. So instead of rather it being flat ground, what you see here is that I have made it seem as if, like right here, there's a divot in the ground. If we were to go around, you see the hill structures. There's more movement to them. The terrain like has rocks on it and sand. There's sand in the water. There's dirt in like where the ground is deeper and it'd be harder for like grass to grow. You can see that how I have kind of made it, it just looks textured. It looks like there's movement and flow to it. So it adds life to it. As you can see, it's still really bare. So another thing I definitely want to do is put in the viewing galleries first. Now these are really important because it's going to make seeing the dinosaurs and their appeal go up quite a bit. So let's see, a good spot I think for this is gonna be probably like right in this area right here. Because I would like for them to have a decent view of the dinosaurs, but I still also want to give the dinosaurs like some space. You don't want to make it. I would like it to kind of fit in with the terrain. So I think I might use this like hill structure. No. Hmm. This one's pretty good like that. Let's see what else we have for viewing structures. Okay, let's see. There's the dome one that I've already seen before. Hmm. That one's a guided tour, a zip line. Okay. And the viewing platform. I like the viewing platform because as you can see, it's very like wide and it does allow for a bigger swath of where the dinosaurs are to be viewed. So like right here, easy viewing spot to put in because the water area, you can't build things on the water. So I would much rather do it like this so that they can see over in that area. And next spot, so I already have one viewing platform in. I would like to know how the zip line works because that's actually super cool and could be a fun little thing as well. I just don't know how that's gonna look, but we can put it in and we can always just change it out later, if anything. Oh, okay, that's super cool. I think I'm gonna have it cover this entire little spot right here. Hmm. That should work, yeah. Keep it pretty visible like that. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work really well. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. We're gonna make it, I want it to kind of be, hmm. Man, this is tough because I've never like done the zip lines, so I'm not sure really how they should look. Can we write it? Let's see. Oh, we can't write it right now because, oh, wait, what did it just do? Okay. So whichever way you ride it. Okay, cool. Interesting. So this is the tall side. Um, hmm. That's pretty nifty. Let's try to attach it to the pathway and see what happens. Is it... Oh, the pathway is backwards. That's definitely not supposed to be like that. We're gonna have to fix that. Okay. Let's move that so that, that's accurate. I'm trying to figure this. Why is it being... There we go. It's being so funny. Okay. I think I'm gonna ditch the zip lines. It's just very odd. It's not fitting in how I want it to, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. We're going to, let's see how the viewing galleries look. Okay. That's not ideal either. Okay, that is much better. I like how that kind of encompasses this entire swath of area right there. It fits in nicely as well near my generators. Okay, and now I'm going to need, I think, one more like viewing thing as well, and that should fix it right up. So we'll do a nice little like dome section right here, and that should work really well just for that like last bit. Um, it can be a bit of a pain in the butt, but thankfully this actually lines up really well with how the area, and it's got different platforms of different types, which is super good. Um, let's kind of even that out a little bit. Good. So there we go. It's got a dome, it's got a viewing platform, which gets this entire water area, and this. We don't even have to put any on the other side, so we can keep the terrain that we've built. So the next thing that has to be put down is their food sources. So I know for a fact that they're going to need ground nut and ground ground fiber. So let's see here. So the ground nut comes from these guys right here. Alrighty, and so we're gonna spread that in a good copious amount like such. I try to kind of keep things, thankfully with the herbivores, they do well with a lot of foliage around the area. So we're gonna just kind of fill in these little spots right here. I don't want to overwhelm it too much and just kind of create patches where they can go and eat as they see fit. And then with ground fiber, let's see. You'll see that the arrows, they kind of tell you what it gives more of per se. So like this right here, ground fruit and tall fruit. Very easy to get from that one. Okay, so now to tell for food stuff, I like to double check in here. So ground nut is what they need. They need ground nut and ground fiber as well. Okay, so let's see here. That gives a lot of good ground fiber right here. So we're going to use this and we're going to intermingle it kind of naturally in with what we already have. And I try to stick to the places that I've placed grass because it does a good job of blending in with what I've already painted over. Obviously, I can put it over where I've painted and it won't interfere with it necessarily. But you know, I just want to kind of keep things a little spread out. Right around the dome right here, that'll look good, you know, just kind of keep things moving and grooving. Um, okay, let's just make sure that looks pretty good, I'd say. And then there's some ornamental shrubs. Let's take a peek what these guys look like. So these are just for decoration, like I said. They don't provide any nutritional value, but they do add like some just general texture to everything. It just makes it look way more natural to add in some of these guys. I usually just like tap a little bit with my controller. I don't necessarily hold it down to put anything there. Get a little on the edge of the water because it wouldn't like naturally occur just necessarily on the ground. Some of it would probably grow in the water as you've seen, like on rivers, lakes, and creeks. Like that. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty good. Already, just look at the difference. Now, we're going to be putting in some more guys, but one thing I am forgetting is actually the ranger station. This is really, again, important to monitor their health and well-being. Um, I'm gonna put it, let's see, because the trucks come in around about there. So I think here's a pretty generalized good spot for it. It's in a large enough space that most of them should probably be in this area. All right. This is one of my favorite bits, is actually releasing them because they all have different releases. So watch with the Parasaurolophus. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for this. Oh my god, they're so cute! Oh, I love them. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Hey,
These,
I've
oh
heard a
my
lot about
gosh.
you. So
They're
here's a
so
little about me.
adorable.
I'm Isaac Clement, but just call me Isaac. No need for formalities. Besides, in the park, we've got to watch each other's backs. Now, people think we're in the dinosaur game, but the truth is, we're entertainers. And our headliners traveled 65 million
Wow.
years to make the show.
So
So
adorable.
let's make it a good one.
I love paras. They are my
Okay, so
favorite
this next
dinosaur.
dinosaur, the Parasaurolophus, has a
Look at
flair
him.
for the dramatic, especially where its head is concerned. It has a distinctive cranial crest, which is used for added resonance in its vocalizations and to regulate its body temperature.
So the fact that he talked about the Parasaurolophus and its crest is true, actually. Oh my god, they look amazing. So there's the paras. They're gonna go explore established territory. Now let's look at the Maiasaura. If you ever see the Disney movie Dinosaur, this is what they are. The main protagonists of the movie are Maiasaura. Oh my goodness, they're adorable. I love the Maiasaura as well.
Hey, Owen Grady here. I'll keep it brief.
And they seem pretty
There, that's it.
comfy as
Done.
well. You gotta give them a second to kind of get themselves together.
This animal, the
There we
Maiasaura,
go.
is known as the good mother reptile because its fossils were first discovered in a nesting colony. And really, who doesn't love a good mother?
Alright, let's check out the lagoon hatchery. Okay, it looks like a lot of these got some pretty bad batch, so we're gonna discard all of those eggs and try again. I did not modify their genome before doing this. Okay. So we gotta get rid of that, because if they're not, and make sure they, Okay, so we're gonna increase its tolerance level, which would be great. All right, and we'll get those guys going again to add them to the pool. Okay, so now that we've pretty much gotten these guys settled in, thankfully we hit the space mark. We made a huge herbivore exhibit, and that was on purpose because I want to have a lot of room for a lot of different dinosaurs. So let's just make sure that these guys are. So the Parasaurolophus, they do like the Maiasaura and they like sauropods. And then let's check the Maiasaura to see how they feel about that. They also like sauropods. So we're going to also make some sauropods. And I noticed they also like ceratopods? Oh my goodness. I know the word for it. It's these guys right here. There we go. Yes. These guys. They're ceratopsids. So, anything that kind of looks similar to a triceratops. So let's see. So they get along pretty well. Let's check the triceratops. And they get along really well with it's kind of ironic that the ceratopsids, oh my god, that's gonna get me every time, get along with pretty much all of each other except the Sinoceratops, the Torosaurus, and the Styracosaurus. There we go. Alrighty. So let's see here. Actually, we'll do Struthamimus. They're small. They don't take up a crap ton of space, thankfully. They don't have a lot going on for them, but they're good to have just for just a general fill-in spot, you could say. And then, let's see. And we'll also add in a sauropod, which obviously is the tall neck dinosaur, if you're familiar with it. We all watched, oh my god, what was the dinosaur TV show, like cartoon when we were kids? The Dreadnoughtus is massive. And I think we might put those guys in. They have the best appeal. Alright, let's just make sure. Because they tend to have a large appetite. They also tend to be short lived. And very, very needy dinosaurs. So definitely want to change that. I've had more than on one occasion problems with the dreadnoughts being terribly difficult. Okay, so, alrighty, we're gonna begin making these guys. Looks like this needs tall fiber, forest, tall fruit. I think I can make that work. Alright, so, tall fiber comes from this. And I would like it to kind of be in an area over here. I think we can probably... Why is the tall fiber so... Like, this does not look like tall fiber. What is this supposed to be? Okay. There we go. We're just gonna kind of spread it out a little bit. I think actually I would like to put it all kind of on this little island spot. Oh boy, you guys are very loud. Very needy creatures. And then I think they needed, what was it? Tall fruit. Yeah, tall fruit. That's tall leaf right there. Which, was that what I just, no, tall fiber was what I was trying to put in. So we want tall fruit, which we can intermingle with this as well. And it doesn't seem like that they're coming over here necessarily, so probably try and lure the Dreadnoughtus over there. Most likely I'll just airlift it down into that area because it most likely will not want to walk that far. It's not a dinosaur big on like a lot of movement. Okay, and we're gonna need to fill in some spots with the forest because it does require that. So we're gonna kind of go along this edge area right here and blend it in. We'll add a little bit here as well, and it should be okay, but don't hold me to it. It's a really picky dinosaur, and it definitely drives me up the wall. Okay, good. So it looks like he actually got the humble trait, which is perfect. By having that, it means he's gonna have less needs, which is good. We don't want him having a lot of needs, unfortunately. Okay, so while the Dreadnoughtus is doing that... Oh yeah, I said I was also going to make Struthamimus. I totally forgot about that. Alright. Let's see, where are the Struthamimuses? Struthamimus. Struthamimus. There it is. Actually, let's go back up. Where was that? There we go. Oh, that's a big word. Okay. Archaeornithomimus. I probably butchered that, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna make a bunch of these guys. They just have a better, appeal to them. Wow, completely zoned out there. They have a much better appeal. Okay, wow, that batch, like, synthesized super quick. Alright, let's see. Well, they got the skittish trait, but you know what? I can live with them being skittish comparatively. And we'll grab 7 of those guys. They're little, they don't take up a lot of space. I'm not bothered by them. And it looks like these guys are also ready to be picked and figured out. Oh, he's a good one. Small appetite, tolerant. We'll grab all of the tolerant guys right here because they're better in a big space comparatively. So we'll get those guys. And then what else? Elasmosaurus. I think I might be alright with these guys as well. So we'll do a batch of them. Currently, I'm just trying to fill in the space because by filling in the space, it just kind of adds more liveliness to what's going on there. And we'll increase their social gene as well as their chance of being humble. Those are good genes to have. I do like docile, calm dinosaurs that otherwise don't cause me grief and money, as I've had many a time with velociraptors ruining my entire park because they don't know how to behave. Hate velociraptors with a passion. Oh my goodness, look at these guys. They're so cute. They're like ostriches.
Our goal of the park is to keep guest count to the maximum.
Oh,
And
adorable.
body count
They're
to a
so
minimum.
cute.
George Lambert is a man tasked with that.
Okay, so these
task,
guys, we'll get them
Mr. Lambert?
sorted. And here's the dreadnought.
There was a lot of controversy
Oh,
about
boy.
dinosaurs being the ancestors of modern-day birds before this one was introduced into the park.
Okay, there we go.
It's an Archaeornithomimus. I think it puts some of those arguments to rest.
Well, there we go. So he pronounced it correctly. Are we missing one? Oh no, we forgot to hatch the 8th one. Oh dear. Okay. That's okay. I can just do a quick new batch. Alright, here's the big boy. Here we go. This one, I love watching the Dreadnoughtus. It's huge. Wow. My gosh. It's so big. Wow. Oh my goodness.
This animal, though
We're
an
gonna
earthworm,
name you
can
Sunflower.
intimidate most predators with its size. It's a biggie named Dreadnoughtus. I'd give this dinosaur a wide berth.
Oh my goodness. I love the Dreadnoughtus. It's adorable. I'm going to keep an eye on it as it's moving around. You can see where its territory is. It's overlapping with everyone else's. It obviously takes up way more space than the rest of them. As it keeps walking, it's going to find more of the stuff. Everything that needs is on the other side. It just has to keep walking. But as you can see, it's a big dinosaur. It doesn't walk very fast. And they have a huge need for area. So if you notice how much it needs for just that, imagine how much it needs if it wasn't a tolerant dinosaur. AKA, if it didn't get that gene, it would have been way more than it needed. But this one's been cut in half because of a gene modification. Sunflower is adorable. I love her. We're gonna speed up the movement of her because I don't want this to go super slow. I just want to make sure all of her needs are being met properly as well. Wow, she's massive. Whew. Alright, area's been met. As she moves further, she's gonna eventually get to where all of her food is, which is on the other side. So currently she's pretty content as far as I can see. I'm going to check on the little bitty guys right here. They're also still kind of moving around. They haven't quite found what they need to find yet. That's okay. Alrighty, and we're just going to release these guys as well. We'll grab 3 more. And we'll just let them out real quick. And we're going to skip that. There we go. So they should be happy now, pretty content. We do need some of these ranger teams assigned to do things. So let's get here and here. And that's going to help them monitor and keep track of the dinosaurs' health conditions and everything of the sort, so they're not getting sick, which would be great. I definitely don't want them getting sick. She's currently looking for food. It's going to take her a while to make her way over there still. But as you can see, just look at the difference from that flat piece of habitat that we had and now like how large it is and life it's got. It's got color, it's got vibrancy. But you know what I did forget? Rocks. Rocks are important. You don't understand. Listen. Rocks, oh, rocks make everything prettier. Because in reality, rocks do exist and they make up quite a good portion of the planet. And I'm just gonna pretty much just randomly toss them around because it's quite a pain in the butt to design a large habitat like this with rocks in mind. So I tend to kind of just randomly orient them and toss them around. And it just adds a little bit of structure to the environment, I feel like. It makes the it makes it seem more realistic per se. You don't go outside and there's no rocks around. You go outside and there is a rock in some way, shape, or form in the area. Okay. Same here. Just gonna kind of form them also in the areas where I have painted on rock, because it does make sense that there would be some rocks up here in the mountain area. Goodness, this is pretty tough, I'll tell you that. Again, just random scattering. It doesn't have to be perfect. The Dreadnoughtus is still making her way around. She's kind of looking at the rocks, I think. There's the Struthies. Not the Struthies. Those are not Struthemimus. Are they swimming? What are they doing? Do they swim? No, they're tall enough that the water's not, like, reaching them, which is good. Alrighty, so there's that. And good. Okay. There we go. We added some rocks. Now there's more texture to the ground. It's not just flat ground. There is texture. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at them. Oh my goodness. They're so cute. I just can't. Wow. I love them so much. Okay, over to the lagoon area. I think these batches are set. So let's release the Plesiosaurus. Look at them! Adorable! Their necks are so long as well. Wow.
Another creature from the ancient oceans. This time a Plesiosaurus. It has a flat body, an elongated tail, and 4 powerful flippers that help it glide through the water. Like modern-day sea mammals, it has to come up for air. It basically spends its time surfing and eating, which is not a bad way to live.
Thankfully, with all the marine animals, they only really require fish because, you know, they live underwater. However, what we can do is we can actually add decorations to the lagoon. Here's the lagoon things which we can add in, and it is pretty cool how these like all fit in together. So as you can see right here, I can add just these interesting pillars. So I think I'm actually going to attach them around like that. Decorating your exhibits brings it to life. It adds something to it. It makes it look lived in. And I can tell you right now, I don't like having my stuff look fake. There's the feeders. So I'm gonna have to avoid that area. Just like, look at some of these things. It's so cool. Obviously got some trees here. think I would like to put it there. As much as I like kind of the diamond shape, it is a little awkward. So I'm going to set some trees like kind of on that corner section right there. And then let's see what this is. Oh, there we go. It's an underwater like little graveyard thing. So that's kind of cute. We'll add that in as well. There's this one, which is like a fountain. This one's really cool. I like that a lot. So let's add, oh boy, this is tough. Okay. Because of how I shaped it, it's a little awkward. And it looks like a lot of these decorations are underwater, so let's get under there. There we go. It's more difficult to see things that underwater because obviously it's underwater, and it's not my strong suit to make things under the surface. Obviously, no one's gonna see it, but I would like to, you know, kind of put something together to add in just some liveliness to it. I don't know what that was. Okay. Looks like we've got some lights going on, so I'm gonna put that there. And there's the Mosasaurus doing her thing. You can hear her. She's huge. So I try not to mix many large dinosaurs with each other because they can get into quite a lot of fights, and that can be really tough because they will end up obviously killing each other. And honestly, murder is not on my menu. They're expensive to remake. I'm not dealing with it. So, kind of having that sort of, having them not, you know, try and murder each other constantly is great. Okay, there she is. Alright, we're gonna toss in. Oh wow, I love being in the under, because I'm actually quite frightened of the ocean, I'm not gonna lie. It's terrifying to think that we only have explored so much of it. But, so yeah, but you know, I am trying my best to get used to it. I love the ocean effects though in Jurassic World Evolution. They made it just kind of enchanting to listen to and hear. Okay. And I am just trying to kind of put together sort of just general features to add a little bit of life to everything. Uh, can't guarantee it's all gonna look kind of cohesive and nice, but can do my best. I think those are the ichthyosauruses. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put those there like that. Okay, that looks pretty decent. Can't really tell much of a difference, but it definitely looks more interesting now. Let's see if there's any more we can put like on the side areas next to the pillars maybe. Hmm. Hmm. I think we'll just put these on the sides of these other pillars over here. I think that looks pretty nice. And then obviously we've got more trees. Don't really know what to do with these guys. They obviously don't fit right there. Looks very awkward. I'm gonna get rid of these pillars though, because I don't like how they kind of fit in. Instead we're gonna put trees. Trees are good. Okay, so that looks good. So another thing is, as you can see here, I've kind of got a little thing going on. I've got a little thing right here going on. As you can see, I have been attempting to put decorations in the park as well to kind of create this create this lived-in feeling to it. So obviously we have our Spinosaurus enclosure right here. So I'm going to put up the Spinosaurus signs on either side. Now I'm just doing some general decorating. I don't know how much you'll notice the difference comparatively. I notice a difference in my parks, so I definitely try to put decorations in it. I don't like it being plain. There we go, all the temperate stuff. Let's see, there's already flower boxes around it, but let's add some foliage. It makes things look nice. Like that. Okay, good, good, good. These are what? Small trees, bushes? Yeah, these are bushes. So we'll kind of intermingle those around and about. And I don't try to think too hard where I'm placing them. I just place them, and if I don't like it, I can always adjust it later. So there's the Spinosaurus exhibit. Over here's the lagoon. Let's see, where are we doing with time? Oh, we've already hit the mark. Okay, so it has been an hour. Hopefully the entire stream was caught up this time. I'm going to be really upset if it didn't, but I hope you enjoyed watching kind of how my thinking process goes. And as you can see, this is the beautiful large herbivore exhibit. And I hope that just, gave you an insight to everything, and enjoy. Alrighty, good night.